All right, so here we are in my office. I have Juan Strutton here, and he came to me with a humongous, giant brain tumor. And Juan, if you just take a moment and tell us a little bit about your journey and your story and how you found it and how things have been since we operated.
Yeah, I went to visit my general practitioner, just feeling a little blah, but also just kind of coming in for my 50-year-old checkup. And through that process of just gathering information, I also mentioned that I had some issues with vision in my right eye. And at that point, that kind of clued her into the fact that there could be some sort of tumor in the brain. So she ordered an MRI. And then I was referred through my sister-in-law, who's a nurse in the town where I live, to Dr. Cheryl Olson, who then gave me the referral for Dr. Leary. On our spring break vacation, Dr. Leary managed to get me in to see him and order an MRI with a little more detail. And then when he got the results of that MRI, I got a phone call that said, be at Scripps La Jolla next Wednesday, and we're going to go ahead and operate on this. And so one of the things that just really amazed me was the quickness with which Dr. Leary and his staff were able to kind of mobilize and get me in and get that first surgery scheduled and successfully completed. It was really amazing to have all of the people and all of the working parts of this office just working really well together to get insurance, to get everything set up so that on that following Wednesday morning, I was walking in to get that surgery taken care of. One of the things that also just really impressed me was the care that I received after surgery, both from the hospital, but also from Dr. Leary and his team, just really following up and just felt like they really cared about my recovery in addition to the surgery. And then 2 weeks after that, was the craniotomy, where they went in and kind of got the rest of this tumor, which was about the size of a lemon, I believe. And then that surgery, a little more invasive, a little more serious.
And the first one was through your nose, correct?
Correct, yeah. First one through my nose. This one was the craniotomy. And so one of the things also, again, just the speed at which his team worked to get everything set up, and then the recovery process, again, equally just feeling really well cared for, both at the hospital but by his team as well. And the result of that was 14 days later, I was back to work after that surgery, and which was really important for the job that I had, which was a temporary job. So being gone was pretty critical, and to be back at work after a couple of weeks was just a testimony to the kind of care that I received, both from the hospital but also from Dr. Leary and his staff.
And that's pretty remarkable story. This was a giant tumor in your pituitary gland, going down into your skull base and up into the brain stem and into the brain itself, which is why we had to do two approaches. Now, how are you doing now? It's been 4 months or so, 5 months.
Yeah.
How are things now?
So part of that tumor did cause vision in my right eye to be almost completely eliminated. I do have a little bit of vision in there. But other than that, I feel fantastic. I am active. I'm out walking with my wife. I play golf quite as much as I can. But really, I don't feel any limitation physically from this whole process, and from what I'm now realizing was a pretty serious and invasive surgery. But it never really felt like that the whole time I was going through it. And so it was one of the things that a lot of my loved ones were kind of mad at me about, because I was so just at peace with the whole thing and so kind of nonchalant, like, yeah, I'm going to have brain surgery. They do this all the time. And that was the peace and the confidence that I had just from my interactions with Dr. Leary and his staff, really put me at ease. To the point where everybody else in my family who didn't have that experience were much more worried about this than I was.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's an amazing, amazing story.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.